light the fire. From the struggles, we all rise above. Together we thrive, together we grow. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building dreams side by side. If you need help, at dawn we ride. We're collective minds, you're never alone. We'll take this journey, make it our own. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building low, we're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every
And good morning. It is Tuesday, March 24th, and we are businessing. This is Small Businesses Daily Live Show. I'm your host, Pat Miller, the Fridays Off guy, and the founder of the Small Business Owners Community. Really glad that you're here with us this morning. The chat is already popping. Good morning, Talmar. Good morning, Rhonda. Thanks for tuning in. Teresa's here as well. And when you log in, tell us that you're here in the chat. That way we can kind of have some fun together. I was thinking about this. Most shows like mine, they do a lot of interviews. And I don't do a lot of interviews. You know why? Because that would interrupt me talking to you. It would interrupt our conversation. I mean, it's nice to have smart people come by and learn some stuff, but it's better if you and I can just have a conversation about what's really going on in business. And that's what this show is all about. What's on the show today? Sponsored by Genhead. We're going to check in on the news, and gas prices are going crazy. We have 2 idea slam questions that will tell you if your clients are adults or not. Both of the questions kind of reveal the true nature of your clients. Our story of the day is an important one. It addresses the one thing we are given as small business owners, which is our time. I'm going to do, and this might be tough, but I'm going to do an interactive vacation planning session with you. I need you to get your calendar out. Whatever platform your calendar's on, even if it's a written calendar, make sure that you get it out in the next few minutes, because we are going to have some fun planning out the rest of the year. And way to go, Teresa. Thanks for following the assignment so you can get some free pub. We appreciate it. The AI story of the day, and I hate to say it, it's about Claude again. I'm sorry, because Claude dropped the software update of the year yesterday. Do you remember, those of you that joined us yesterday, and you're nice, smelling, and smart, if you did, I played the WTF Claude video, which was incredible. I laughed. I still laugh at that. Yesterday afternoon, Claude changed the game quite literally by releasing computer use for its co-work product. What the heck is that? How does it work? I'm going to attempt a demo on the show today, which is dangerous. Doris, good morning, by the way. Doris is smart. She would never do a demo on the show because they sometimes don't work. But I will fearlessly perform a demo on the show. And if it crashes and burns, you can enjoy some popcorn while you laugh at me. So when you're with us, pop into the chat, say hello. Let us know that you're businessing right along with me. Let's get into the news headlines. The war on Iran has now gone into its 25th day, and President Trump is making it sound like we've got negotiations going on. He claimed 15 points of agreement after weekend talks, and that resulted in delayed strikes on Iranian energy sites for the next, I think it's 3.5 more days is left on this moratorium. Meanwhile, Tehran says, wait a minute, we didn't have any talks. Okay, so what? Are we? Are we not? If you're new to the show, you know that I'm tracking this entire war and conflict by the financial markets because they've got way more to lose than I do, and they've got money in the game. So oil is sitting at $91 a barrel as of like an hour ago when I was getting ready for it. The Dow Jones Industrial is up 60 points as of this morning, and gas prices are really starting to accelerate, up to $3.96 a gallon on Sunday. So as of Sunday, they're up to almost $4, up almost $1 in the last month. That's not good. That's not good. Let's get this thing done with. Let's get gas prices back down. That way our customers have more disposable income. Unless you're a gas station owner, then maybe it's good business. I don't even know how gas stations work. So if it's good business for you and you run a gas station, glad you're enjoying your profits. There could be changes in our elections. The Supreme Court and the people that follow the Supreme Court, they're betting that the Supreme Court is going to vote in a certain way that would change how mail-in voting works across the entire country. Right now, 14 states and Washington, D.C. will count mail-in ballots if they arrive after Election Day, but they're postmarked before Election Day. Drop it in the mail on Sunday, election's on a Tuesday, it doesn't show up to the city hall until Wednesday, we'll still count it, it's postmarked. But there's a lawsuit that went through in Mississippi, and the justices are telegraphing, the people that follow the Supreme Court, they're telegraphing that they're probably going to side with the team that doesn't want mail-in ballots to count after Election Day. If they're not in hand on Election Day, they're not going to get counted. And that could have a big impact in some of these states. The decision is expected in July, which conveniently, yikes, is a few months before the midterms. As if the midterms weren't going to be crazy enough. That's another complication that could get stuck into all of this. The rest of the stuff in the news is either sad or depressing or just not really consequential. But those are a few things that are going on that I just want you to know about. That's kind of how I pick these stories. This isn't, Walter Cronkite, CBS Evening News. This is just, what do you need to know? And then I put some extra stories down in the ticker so you can kind of keep up on things as well. Good morning, Nikki. Great to see you. Okay, let's do today's lead story. How do I take time off as a small business owner? Common question, because when you're running your own thing, it feels like there's no such thing as time off. Constantly overwhelmed, more work to do than ever. I'm not making as much money as I want, so how could I take downtime? Well, we need to reframe some of that. And on today's show, we're going to talk about how important vacations are. And we're going to literally get our calendars out and block out the rest of the year. So if you don't have your calendar out, whip it out right now. Where's Steve when we need him? Hey, Steve, whip it out. But no, get your calendar out right now. You need to. Barbara, great to see you. Good morning. Okay, while you get your calendar out, I'm going to talk about how important time is. When you start a small business, The only thing you're promised is your time and how you choose to use it. You're not promised how much money you're going to make. You're not promised how much your raw materials cost. You're not going to be promised that you get health care. You're not going to be promised that you'll get a long string of clients, but you're going to be promised that you can, for the most part, have control of your calendar. And I like to think about time as compensation, because when you start your own small business, here's whose permission you need to take a day off: the boss. End of list. Now, if Abby was here, it would have been smart, my wife, if I would have said the boss. Husbands, we know this. But you really only need your own permission to take time off. It's important that I call that out, because if you're working in corporate or used to work in corporate, that's not how you think. And you're trained to take 10 working days off a year, maybe 12. If you've been there for a while, maybe 15. When you run your own small business, you can plan ahead and take off basically any day you want, provided you can produce your product or service for your clients. It's a mindset shift. We have to think differently about our time off. The other thing about vacations are incredibly motivating. You've done this. You run a small business, you know. Think about the last time you really disconnected or you went someplace special. Abby and I went to Spain last year around this time, and it was amazing. And the amount of work that I got done in the 30 days leading up to Spain, oh my gosh. I got 2 months of work done just getting ready for the trip, because I wanted to be prepared and I wanted the community to be all set and ready to go. But I was also excited. I was motivated. It's like, yeah, we're going to sell a bunch of sponsorships and we're going to do a thing. And when I get back from Spain, it's going to be great. We'll be so relaxed and I can go to Spain and just enjoy myself. And all of that stuff was true. The other thing about travel, if I asked every one of you that's here, and good morning, everyone that's here, and I said, hey, what does small business success mean to you? Almost every single person will say, I can work when I want and I can travel more. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I can work when I want and I can travel more. With the ability to take off as much time as you wish, provided your clients and your service is taken care of. You have the ability to take off as much time as you want. And the second part of this conversation is, well, if I took 4 weeks off a year, no, my clients would notice. Baloney. They would not notice and they would not care. Let's say you're a coach and you're coaching. Who are we coaching? We're coaching Talmar. Talmar, we normally meet on the second Tuesday of the month. I've got a conflict next Tuesday, so can we do it the following Tuesday? What do they say? Sure. They don't even think. And if they ask, well, oh, cool, what do you have next Tuesday? Yeah, Abby and I are going to Spain. What will they say? They will not say, They'll say, that's really awesome. Tell me about it. No one will notice that you're gone. If no one notices you're gone, you can take unlimited time off. Time is compensation. Then what's the last thing we need to do in order to go places and do things and live this amazing small business life that we're working so hard to make come true? We must protect it. And that's what we're going to do this morning. Do you have your calendar out? I gave you plenty of warning. You have your calendar out. You better. Because we're going to talk about it. In fact, I'm going to share a calendar just in case you don't have your calendar out. And I want to talk through, we're going to go through month by month. We're literally blocking this out. And if you're not doing it, I am judging you. I've got my glasses on my nose. I'm staring at you right now. Let's do that for effect. I'm judging you. Get your calendar out. Let's look at the month of March. March, there's really nothing going on. It's the 1 month where it's pretty much a big nothing burger. Maybe you end up with some spring break action down here in the week of the 30th. If you do, take it. When we go into April, though, Easter. Almost everybody takes some time off about Easter. But this is the classic holiday where if you're not proactive, spring break could just go by. You could work all around Easter when your clients aren't. And you didn't take advantage of an opportunity to take a break. Easter Sunday is the 5th. Even if you're not going to Daytona or wherever you go on spring break, take Friday the 3rd off. Why? Because you can. Take Monday the 6th off. Why? Because you can. Go into Google, make an appointment with yourself. And it's just, go away. That's the name of the count. That's it. And it's a busy all day appointment. And when you do that, you'll see on the calendar when it's time to book that you're busy that day. And your clients will not be able to book on that day through all of the automated calendars that we're using. It'll just look like you're not available. No big whoop. Take the 3rd off. Yes, we're discarding changes. Take some time off around that. All right. For Barbara and the bookkeepers that are in the house, yes, tax day. Get some time off around there. Into May. There's one thing about this that I kind of touched on that I want to really expand on. Not only can you take time off when you want, not only will no one care that you do, just like I was told when we had little babies, rest when they rest. If your clients are not paying attention around Memorial Day, they're not looking for a website pitch the week of Memorial Day because they're already checked out, you should be checked out. Nothing is more tone deaf than trying to get people's attention around Christmas and make a big deal. Bro, I've got my peppermint mocha in hand. I don't want to hear about your Facebook marketing pitch or whatever. Just go away. Ho, ho, go away because it's Christmas. Memorial Day weekend is the first opportunity for that. The entire planet is going to take Monday the 27th or 25th off. You need to take Monday the 25th off, and I would encourage you to take time off around either side. This is also a great week to take the full week off because we will really start businessing again on June 1st. So June 1st is really where things heat up. So I would take that week as well. Cruising through the rest of the year, Juneteenth has been more popular to take that day off because it is a national holiday, and many of our contacts and colleagues won't be working on the 19th, so might as well take it off for sure. Father's Day, the most important day of the year. Absolutely take a week off to honor your fathers because it is the only day on the calendar that matters. Way more important than Mother's Day, he says with rich sarcasm. 4th of July weekend. Okay, 4th of July is on a Saturday. Friday's also a holiday. Block out your time around there. Into August, so this is a big dead period. After 4th of July into August, we don't have holidays to leverage. But remember, you don't need holidays to leverage. You have unlimited PTO. Pat says so, PTO. I'm giving you permission to take time off. Take a week in the summer. Why? Because it's the freaking summer. That's why. Throw your crap in the car and drive someplace. Go look at water. Go hit a golf ball. Go to the mountains. Go to Dairy Queen. I don't care where you go. Take a week in the summer. Right now, block it off. Block it off. If you're not blocking off, you better be blocking off. Block it off. September. Back into Labor Day. Again, no one's working this week. No one's working there. Block some time off around September. The 15th through the 17th, that's the SBOC conference. So you got to get that blocked off for sure. Into October, again, kind of slow in October. Bank holiday on the 12th for Columbus Day. Halloween, meh. You could take some time off around there if you wish. But into November, now this is where it gets serious. All of this buildup has been to have a for real conversation with you about November and December. In November and December, there are a few things that have to be true. Thanksgiving Day and the day after are non-negotiable, provided you're not a retailer or an online seller. If you are, obviously, that's a huge weekend to sell stuff, you're an exception. But if you're working B2B stuff, if you're a B2B business, yeah, I always take the 25th off all the way until Monday. It's a 5-day weekend. Why? Because it can be. Block it off right now. And then into December, what do you want at the end of the year? It lines up really nice this year. Work till the 18th and take these 2 weeks off. Work till the 18th and then you come back, because what you'll do, and this is so great, you'll come back on naturally Monday, January 4th. So this is the perfect year to take all of these 2 weeks off. Why did we go through all this stuff? We went through all this stuff because it's really important. Why else did we go through all this stuff? Because people don't do it. People don't do it. They don't block out their calendar in advance. And then they might have 2 meetings or one thing that you got to go to that ruins an entire week of vacation. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take your time off and block it, because nobody cares that you go. And if you're proactive about it, you have a chance to really improve your quality of life. And that's what I want. Why are we doing all of this? To live the most amazing life possible. We didn't start a small business just because we wanted to be extremely stressed, constantly overwhelmed, feeling like we're not good enough every day we get out of bed. No. We wanted to take on this challenge so we could have a dream outcome, make more money than we've ever made, take off time anytime we want, and travel more. Block your calendar, make it possible. If you sat there and didn't have your calendar out, okay, maybe you've already got the time blocked off. High five to you. You're ahead of the class. You get an A+. But I hope that this opened your eyes and it actually got some dates on the calendar, because it's really important that you block this stuff off before someone comes in and takes all of those dates from you. Steve is with us this morning. Steve, good morning. Good to see you, my friend. A couple other people checked in as well. Let's see who else is here. Well, if you're here, drop in the chat and tell me that you're here, because I would love to say good morning to you as well. AI story of the day. Ooh, buddy. It's a game-changing release from Anthropic that happened yesterday. And I'm really excited about it. So excited about it, I'm going to try and do a demo on today's show. And when you do a live demo, it either works or it doesn't. So get your popcorn out and we'll see if it works or not. But before I tell you what Anthropic released and we do the live demo, I want to share that I think we have entered a warning zone when it comes to AI and software. And I think we need to start changing our behavior immediately. The reason why is that Anthropic's release yesterday of computer use, it's called computer use for Claude Cowork, has changed everything. Pat, what does that mean in Cookie Monster language, computer use? It means almost exactly what it sounds like. Claude Cowork on my desktop right now can use my browser and my keyboard and my mouse just like a part-time employee can. It is no longer needing to have its computer talk to the API or MCP of a website and have them talk in computer beeps and boops. It can now look at the Chrome browser, move the mouse, click on what it needs to do, fill in the boxes, and do stuff. Which, as you've heard me say forever, it's the last mile of AI. We've had AI for a long time that would tell you what to do. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, and put this here and paste this here, and really helpful. But yesterday, Claude released the tool that does it. It does it. And It's wild. It's absolutely wild. So we're going to do a demo. We're going to do a demo, and I'm going to show you just a tiny little thing of what it can do. And before you get all freaked out, what do you mean it can control my screen? Oh my God, it can control my mouse. It asks for permission like every 2 feet. So if you don't want it to send an email to your client, it won't. If you don't want it to browse your thing, it won't. It asks for permission the entire time. And it feels a lot more like I'm talking with a part-time employee than it does with AI. And this is the moment that I've been waiting for, because now it's just helpful software. It's actually a doer of things. And I'll tell you the story of how I used it this morning while we have the demo working. Is that fair? Okay, so I've got the demo up here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to talk with Claude now. So I'm streaming to Claude my voice using Whisper Flow. Fantastic piece of technology. Claude, we're live on the air. I want you to research Rhonda Noordyke's company. Noordyke is spelled Noordyk. And I would have typed that in if I was typing. I want you to research the Women's Financial Wellness Center. I want you to write a dossier on what she does. Then I want you to draft an outreach email to Rhonda to invite her to be a sponsor of the Small Business Owners Community Conference. Then I want you to put it into my drafts in Gmail so I can make a few edits and send it right off to her. Pull her website up in Google Chrome so we can see what you're doing and describe what you're doing along the way. Okay, so that's what I asked it to do. And using Whisper Flow, it actually took in all that stuff. And Rhonda, I had to spell your name. It's a beautiful name. I just had to spell it because it's, maybe would have been misspelled. So let's see what Claude can do. Now, while Claude is doing the thing, I will tell you what, or should we narrate what Claude is doing? Let's narrate. Let's do the Claude play-by-play. Is this the first AI play-by-play? Should I do it like a play-by-play guy? All right, Claude is up to bat. And no, I'm not going to do that. All right, so it's pulling up Rhonda's website in Chrome. Nice looking website, Rhonda. Financial divorce advocate. Look at that stuff. Oh, she's got a pop-up. The pop-up gets in the way. I'm going to close the pop-up. There it is. Now she's scanning the website. You can see it says Rhonda Noordyke, financial divorce advocate. She's based in Brookfield, Wisconsin. This is gold, it says. I can see her full story right on the screen. Here's the dossier. Rhonda Noordyke, her name, her business, her title, her location, website, Instagram, Facebook, when it was founded, 2014, what she does by the numbers, credentials, media, and speaking, because she's kind of a big deal. Signature system, why she's a fit for the conference. She's a business owner in Brookfield, our backyard. She built a company from scratch around the mission. She's expanded to multiple locations. And her story is going from recovering passive communicator to CEO running multi-locations. It's exactly the kind of story SBOC members need to hear. Now, let me draft an email and put it in your Gmail. And that's it. It's done. Here's what just happened in real time. Pulled up her website, built a full research dossier, wrote a personalized outreach email, dropped it into Gmail drafts. View the Gmail draft. I don't know if this link is going to work, if you're going to be able to see it. So, okay. I think you can you can still see it. Great. And there it is. Rhonda, Pat Miller here. I run the small business owners community, blah, 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 blah. I've been looking at what you're doing. Here's why I'm reaching out, not as a vendor behind the table, as someone whose story and expertise belongs on stage. I'd love 15 minutes to walk you through what we're building. Talk to you soon. Now, could this be better? Yeah, it could be better. But what happened? I think Rhonda might be a lead. Hey, Claude, get me 95% of the way there. There's one other thing that I did in Claude where I taught it how I speak. I took the transcript of the show, every show I've done, and loaded it into Claude. And I asked it to learn how I speak and how I write. And it has the greatest ability. So should we do this? Is this okay? Do you mind? Is this okay? Or is this incredibly boring? If this is incredibly boring, then throw a tomato at me. But if this is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's doing this, which is the way that I look at it, let's do this again. So now I'm going to tell Claude, that draft is okay, but you clearly didn't use my ghostwriter skill. Load my ghostwriter skill and rewrite the outreach to Rhonda in my voice. Okay, so let's see if it's smart enough to do this. So I had it create this ghostwriter skill because it's kind of scary how good it can get at sounding like me. It's really helped a lot. You're right. Let me load your voice engine. Thank you, Claude. I appreciate it. So let's see what's going to do here. So it's going to update the Gmail draft. And it's beeping and it's booping. Now, I'm only using this example because it's just the one that I thought of would be a cool live demo. Who's on the show today and how can we do something with it? So here's what changed. No M dashes. You're damn right. Never use an M dash. Contractions everywhere. Gotta, I'm, don't, because that's how I speak. Short paragraphs that build and land. Here's the new draft. Okay, open the new draft. Cool. Now let's see how much better it sounds like that. I got to be honest with you. I was looking at what you've built in the Women's Financial Wellness Center, and I just kept nodding. 17,000 hours, 565 clients, blah, 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 blah. I get that. That's exactly how the SBOC started. So here's why I'm reaching out. I'm putting together a sponsor lineup for the SBOC conference. It's a room full of small business owners, a lot of them women who built something from nothing, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sounds a lot more like me. Well done, Claude. Thank you. So I want to show you one thing it did for me. And this is like way under the hood, but I just want to give you one more example of what this thing did for me. So if I go to my channel, and we're live on the channel, groovy. Inside the channel, I want to go to the studio. Excuse me. And I hope this isn't boring. Please just yell at me if this is boring. But I'm so infatuated. I'm a Claudeaholic. I called myself that yesterday, Claudeaholic. Okay, there's all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to the videos. Cool. Okay. Inside here, if you've ever done anything in YouTube, you know there are 100,000 settings to upload a YouTube video. You can put a video up there, but if you don't do it the right way and unlock all the settings, it's going no place. It's like dead immediately. The challenge is I don't have the free time to know what the hell they're talking about. I don't know what all of the best practices are. So this morning, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. Now, this is how I know, and poor Abby Miller, this is how I know I'm obsessed with something. When I'm working on something, I can't sleep. I woke up this morning at 3:30. I came in here and started playing with Claude. So I'm playing with Claude. And I'm thinking, what can Claude do to help me grow the show? And I landed on this. Hey, Claude, go into my YouTube videos and use every available toggle, switch, tag, everything to help the show be more discoverable. And it killed it. It came in and it rewrote my title. It rewrote the description. It added tags. It put it on a playlist. It did so many other things. I can't even describe what it did. It maximized everything that it can do. And then I asked it to do the same thing for the podcast. Because the thing about the podcast, same thing. When you have the podcast settings and you go in here, look at all these different settings. This is just to get one freaking podcast on the air. I don't know how to do all that stuff, but it did. And it did. And this is the type of thing that I never would have known. It said, oh, guess what? Apple Podcasts really needs your transcript or it can't promote you correctly. How would I have ever known that? I like to think I know a thing or two about podcasting, but how in the hell would I know that? So it helped me get the transcript on there. It said, oh, Apple also likes it when you number your episodes and you have seasons, so we better do that. So it did that. And when I say it did that, I mean it did that. I watched on a screen as it went beep, boop, 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 boop. I watched it do it. So, what does this mean, Pat? This means a couple things. It means we now have a digital employee, quite literally. And until today, I had a digital employee for about 36 hours when I had OpenClaw up and running. And those of you that know OpenClaw or NemoClaw, that now that NVIDIA is working on it, it was cool, little buggy, had some security concerns. This, not so much. This actually works. I was talking with this at the gym today as I was, becoming even more buff. Trying not to be fat, actually. But I was at the gym on my phone talking with the cowork on my desktop, doing things, optimizing my LinkedIn profile, if you'd like to know. And it was driving my computer while I was at the gym. To start this segment, I talked about the warning that we're in. The warning is every piece of AI software is trying to get to this point where their software will literally do the thing for you. And many of the AI services are sticking their toe into it saying, hey, we can get MCP access, or hey, we can now do these 4 or 5 features. I don't know why you'd use it. I don't. If Claude can see and use my screen and click the buttons and enter the forms and fields the way that I would if I was sitting here, I'm not sure why I would use it. And I asked it. This is the other thing. The other thing. I have scheduled tasks like getting ready for this show. Every morning it helps me prepare by finding out what's in the news and writing the the ticker that goes across the bottom and blah 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 blah. And I said, okay, you're really good at doing all these different scheduled tasks. I have a bunch that are running. And I said, now that you have computer use and you can literally do them, once I approve the work, how much time will this save me? And it computed all of the stuff that it could do that it's not yet doing. And it said yesterday, a conservative estimate, it's going to save me 6 hours a week of copying, pasting, bagging, tagging, putting things in all the places. I don't need to do it anymore. It can do it. Talmar's on the show today, and Talmar's screaming at the screen for good reason. When you have a new team member, you cannot just let them run free. You cannot let them run with no guardrails. 100% agree. Everything that Claude is doing for me right now, I'm signing off on. But there's a big difference between here are the 4 LinkedIn posts about today's show. Would you like me to post them? Than here are the 4 LinkedIn posts. You go make the posts. Big difference. Big difference. Thank you, Talmar. I was channeling my inner Talmar because she helps people use and have team members that move companies forward. So you can't just let this thing run cold. You got to make sure that the quality of work goes out, because even if Claude does it for you, people will still judge you based on the quality of the work. Where we stand today, I wouldn't sign an annual deal for any software anywhere ever, including Claude. And Claude right now, Claude is my boy. Is it a guy? Claude's a guy, right? Okay, sure. Claude's my boy. I still wouldn't sign an annual with Claude because this is a straight up arms race to have software get stuff done for you. And all of these other literally billion-dollar companies are fighting for the same result, doing stuff for you on your machine. So do not sign an annual for any of them. The other thing, I would be very wary of additional software as a service tools. The example of YouTube is a perfect one. So I showed you, here's my YouTube page, and here are all the buckets that need to be filled in. There's a service out there that I've used called TubeBuddy. Fantastic piece of software. Searches the SEO on YouTube, and it helps you optimize your videos so the algorithm likes it. Really valuable. Big thanks to the TubeBuddy. However, I said to Claude, hey, I'm thinking about getting TubeBuddy. How much of TubeBuddy can you do? It researched TubeBuddy and it said, I can do almost all of it. There's some things I can't do, but I can do almost all of it. Probably 80% of the benefit. Well, there's another $30 a month I don't have to spend. I was going to play you the Claude video where Claude it's like the demo video, but I think you got it. If you're using ChatGPT right now, I would consider switching. If you're using Gemini right now, I'd consider switching. And maybe I'll switch out of Claude back to ChatGPT when it one-ups it. But right now, boy, I'm telling you, it is melting my face. And yes, Talmar, you are a voice in my head. It's a goal in life. And yes, Nikki, who runs Genhead, AI baked right into Genhead, this is still scratching the surface of what's coming. And you're exactly right. The phrase, and this is another t-shirt that I need. Damn it, we need a t-shirt company. This is the worst it'll ever be. I need a t-shirt that says that because Claude just melted my face. And in 6 months, this will look like the Atari 2600. Video gamers, shout out. Unbelievable. Is there anything else that we want to share? I love all of the conversation here inside the chat. Thank you for weighing in and letting me know you're here. Doris is sold. Okay. Awesome to hear. And let's see. Oh, Rebecca's here, styled with a twist. This is what I need. My YouTube videos often fall flat and I have no idea why. Well, Claude does. Unleash Claude onto your videos and let's see what happens. Awesome. Thank you all for weighing in this morning in the chat, and thanks for being here. We're going to get on to the Idea Slam in just a second. Idea Slam today, 2 questions to let you know if your clients are jerks. What are the questions? How do I get more clients without being the person who constantly sells? And how do I say no to a client without torching the relationship? We'll talk about both of those after we talk about Nikki and our friends at Genhead. So this AI stuff sounds interesting, right? Wouldn't you like to have AI baked into your CRM? Hello, Genhead. Scale systems, not chaos. Genhead is built for early stage businesses, and Genhead systems are perfect for solopreneurs and lean teams who need real momentum, not complex tools that require a full-time operator. Everything is streamlined, practical. You can act on this stuff right out of the box. The cool thing about Genhead is that it replaces 10 different systems. It'll take your CRM and your sales funnel and your website and your social media scheduling, and it puts it all in one place. It's perfect for teams that want to grow and scale with less chaos, clearer data, and better execution. That's what Nikki and her team at Genhead do. Check them out at genhead.com. That's genhead.com. Thank you, Nikki, for being a part of what we're doing here. I really, really appreciate you. Time to move on to the Idea Slam. And the Idea Slam today is all about our clients. And before we get into the Idea Slam questions, it's just a reminder that using the Idea Slam QR code gives me your challenge or opportunity. I can weigh into it on the air right now. If you have a question, put it in the chat. I'll field it cold. Come on, give it to me. You want to have some fun? Just while we're doing demos and stuff, you want to have some fun? Give me your website. Give me your website and I'll give you feedback about your website live on air. That could be fun. Could be terrifying. Could be fun. So if you have a question or there's something you want me to review, put it into the chat and we can talk about it. Or if you want to be more thoughtful about it, you can scan one of the QR codes and you can give me your toughest challenge or opportunity and we will talk about it on the air. Okay, here are our questions today. First one is, how do I get more clients without being the person who constantly sells? I think it's time that you sit down here next to Uncle Pat. Uncle Pat, we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a talk. Okay? You seated? Okay. Uncle Pat, we're going to have a talk. In the big picture, you're constantly selling. If you want a business that works, you're never not selling. Sorry to break it to you. If you want to make the mortgage, you wake up asking for money. You go to bed asking for money. It's like a dog. If a dog makes noise, it barks. If a small business owner says words, it's pay me. If we don't do that, we don't make the mortgage. Because as a reminder, and those of you that have been in it for a minute, you know we eat what we kill. And if we're not out there hunting, we're not going to be eating for long. But it's not as bad as it sounds. You always have to be asking for money, but you don't always have to be selling people. You need to remember sales is service. So to make more money, you're in the growing your network business. And when you're networking with people, or maybe you've got a prospective client, all you're trying to do is to get as many conversations going as you can with people that have a problem you can solve. That's it. Hey, Steve, what's going on in the business? I got all these things going on. I got this one problem that you can solve. Oh, really? Tell me about it. And continue to define what that problem is and continue to share with them what you do to make that problem go away. That's it. And if you can do that consistently, you can illustrate how you can help people. You're in a sales discussion, but you're not in a selling discussion. You're in a service discussion. That's what networking is about. Knowing who you're meeting, knowing what they can do for you, and then when it's appropriate, show them how you can solve their problem. That's it. All you've got to do is stay in the game of meeting people and turn your sales conversations into service conversations. But if you got into this small business life thinking, I love doing everything but selling, start looking for a job. You might as well get out the want ads. Want ads. Holy cow. Am I 1,000 years old? Wow. I must be 1,000 years old because I can't even use it's been so long since I looked for Indeed. I can't even think of the appropriate. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm so old. Get out whatever it is you do to go get a job because I'm unemployable. So I don't even know anymore. But start looking for a job if you're not going to go sell because that's it. All right. Michael is here giving us some feedback. What do we have here, Michael? I just joined. You just joined? Ah, Michael just joined the community. Attaboy. Not necessarily in my wee budget right now, but I learned a lot here and honestly feel guilty lurking and not being a part of the SBOC. Now, I've known Michael for a long time, and we've been talking back and forth for a long time, and that is incredible. Michael, welcome to the group. Everybody say, Michael, welcome. He's now a member of the SBOC. Way to go. Question number 2. How do you say no to a client without torching the relationship? And this is the tell on your clients. If telling your client no would torch the relationship, they're not a relationship you want to have in the first place. Because I don't know about you, I don't like to work with people I don't like. Is that wrong? Is that closed-minded to not want to work with people you don't like? We do get to choose our clients. And if that kind of sets the relationship off, then you're probably not in a good place to begin with. Now, if they're asking you to do something that you're not an expert at, here's what I do. So let's say Michael hired me to do something. And let's say he said, I want you to host my podcast. Cool. I think I can do a podcast. I've done those before. And I want you to write my book. No. My strategy for that, for the relationship, and everyone has a different strategy. So if you have a different strategy, weigh in. But my strategy for that is to immediately get on their side of the table and become their biggest champion. Michael, thank you for the invitation to host your podcast. You know I love working with you. And I'm excited that you're going to have a book written, but there's a problem. That ain't me. I care too much about you and your success to mangle your book. It's not my wheelhouse. The good news is I'm a member of the small business owners community and I can refer you to someone. Ha ha. I just said that because it would be fun. But I can have a referral. I can go find someone for you if you would like. And when you do that, they go, oh, hey, he didn't just take my money and not care about the work that was done. That was very thoughtful. So you've shifted it from, I don't do that work, or I don't want to do that work for you, to, you deserve better. And you're now your customer's advocate. So that's one way you can go about it. If for some reason people keep on taking from you, like they're asking for more work than they've paid for. Hey, Pat, you host a weekly podcast. Would it be great if you hosted 2 a week? And that's above and beyond what they've paid for. The way that I answer that is, you know what, Michael, that sounds great. Yeah, I could absolutely go to 2 podcasts a week. We'd have to reserve some more time in the production calendar. And if you'd like, I could send you a quote. Aha. It's a stop sign. Whoop, stop sign, put right up. You're great. I love doing this, but it's going to cost more. And now it's their choice. And you've been very clear from the jump that that's out of bounds. That's not a part of what we've agreed to. And they've got to add some more coins to the meter to make this thing go forward. And if they are any sort of an empathetic or aware person, they'll know, oh, yeah, I probably should have offered them more money to do that. The thing about both of those answers, I'm not the right person, I can find someone, or, hey, bro, that's going to cost more money. This is how you'll know if your client is an adult, because both of these are like adult conversations. If your client is even remotely an adult and someone that you want to be around, they'll totally get it. If your client is petty, not very experienced, or a taker, it doesn't really matter what you say other than yes. And you'll know right away they're not a client that you want to work with. Look at you. Come on, Steve. I know, want ads and then coins in the meter. As soon as I said coins in the meter, I thought, damn it, I sound like a grandfather. What am I doing? Touche. You're exactly right. Okay. And now Michael can make fun of me as well. Yeah. Okay. I hear it. All right. We're going to get to our kicker story of the day. And it's really a good one because today is an important anniversary. 40 years ago today, something magical happened. And we will celebrate it appropriately in just a moment. And before I tell you about the AI installation group, we have another person that deserves some shine today. Mr. Lynn Karazi, who's in the chat. Big day for Lynn and my friend Andy Wines. Lynn's my friend as well, but Lynn and Andy, they've released their new book today. So Lynn, take over the propaganda, get it into the chat, put the link for the new book into the chat. We want to celebrate with you. Tell people what the book is, drop the link so we can buy the book, and I'll share it on the screen in just a minute. But we want to celebrate with you because here's the thing. If you've got the courage and the tenacity to write a book, I'm throwing a party for you because good for you to put all of your thoughts down on paper. So congratulations, Lynn and Andy, on getting your new book released today. Let's talk about the AI installation group. So I've shown you what's going on with Claude, and you may be thinking, okay, I get it now. The problem with the AI installation group and the problem with AI in your business is that the newest, latest studies say that we all understand how important this stuff is, but people don't know where to start. And if that's what you're thinking, the AI revolution has begun and I don't know where to go, the AI installation group is where you need to go. We have our first meeting set in early May, and our initial group is going to start rolling up their sleeves and getting down to work and unlocking the productivity and the automations in their business so they don't fall behind. And that's why I'm hosting these groups. As you saw, I spent 20 minutes this morning demoing Claude for you because it's that important. You independent of this group, here, take the thing off the screen for a second. Listen to me. Independent of the group, nothing else matters right now. This is the thing between now and the end of the year that you need to be a part of. This is not optional. I'm telling you. This is the thing you need to be paying attention to. Okay, back to the thing. It's part education, it's part action. There's an AI idea slam baked in. I'm doing an AI trends letter that's specifically designed for people to know what to pay attention to and what to ignore. I sent out the first episode this morning to all of the AI Mastermind members. Here's what you're going to get with the trends letter, and here's what you can pay attention to. And then you'll get on-demand access to me when you get stuck and Claude won't do the thing. The program is available to help you move faster, reduce expenses, create more revenue, and stay on top of the biggest thing this year. The 6-month program is set to kick off in early April. Scan the QR code. It's $325 a month for 6 months. I can't tell you how much Claude has already saved me money. Canceling software left and right. You want to know a good one that Claude did for me? This is a thing Claude did for me. I uploaded my tax return to Claude. And it found like $2,000. Because it said, if you put this much money in your 401k, the taxable income does the thing. And sure enough, boop, 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 boop. And then more money came back. Like, I've paid for Claude. I pay for Claude all the time. It's amazing what it can do. Unbelievable. All right, Lynn, did you drop into the chat? Where is it? He didn't. Lynn must be gone. Oh, no. Lynn, we need the chat. We need the link. Someone go find Lynn's link to the book. We need the link to the book because I want to promote it here on the show. And now, let's get to our celebration. 40 years ago today was a very special day. 40 years ago today, the Breakfast Club served attention. God dang, now I sound even older. I wish I was talented enough to make all of these mistakes on purpose. No, I'm just old. I need to. The movie's 40 years old, and I'm excited. Okay. Yeah. Fine. I'm just going to own it. It is the ultimate 80s movie, is it not? It captured the style of the teenagers. It was fun. The quintessential 80s director directed it. The perfect time capsule. 40 years ago today. Breakfast Club. God, it's so hard being old. Man, I'm telling you. I'm in good company. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad to know. And yes. Okay. Steve, Throwback Thursday or Tuesday. Throwback Tuesday. It is a Throwback Tuesday for sure. And yes, we are now the generation living out our nostalgia. You're exactly right. For sure. Okay, well, Lynn is here. I know, but where is the link to Lynn's book? Lynn, you're not understanding the assignment. How can someone buy your book? Drop the link into the chat. Seriously. And you're right, Michael. RIP. For sure. Total RIP. Okay. We've had a lot of fun this morning. Thank you for coming along and playing with me. And as I think about doing the show, having this fun conversation with you, I'm having so much fun. And I hope you're enjoying the show as much as I'm enjoying doing it. And having you in the chat and making this vibrant, just feeling like it's just you and me talking, that is what I want. There isn't a place for people like us to get together in real time every day. And I know you can't make it every day. You don't have to come every day. But I need you to know that this is happening every day. So good day, bad day, we can share it. All right. Lynn is saying it's there, but it's not showing up in the chat. So I'm just going to trust that it's there, but it's not coming through to me here on the screen. Okay. So we'll just assume that. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for pasting it. I really, really appreciate it. Yes. And Steve says, if my QR code for the AI installation group leads to a fax number, we have a problem. Touche. I'm Pat Miller, old, but still devastatingly handsome. Founder of the Small Business Owners Community and the AI Installation Group and the Fridays Off guy. And I need to go take a nap because now I'm spent. Thank you to Genhead for being our sponsor today. Congratulations, Lynn and Andy, on launching the book. And thank you for being a part of Businessing. We'll see you right here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. Take care.